Act 3, Scene 2, a room in Justice Lambie's house. Enter Millicent and Jane. Jane, may I believe thee, Millicent, that my father, though he gave such respect to him I hate, intends no marriage. Thou hast released my heart of many fears that I was destined to be a sacrifice. Millicent, it had been sin, that Millicent should suffer you perplex your noble soul, what did consist in his discovery to give freedom to your laboring thoughts. 'Tis now no more a secret. Your father makes trial of your nature by giving him such countenance. Jane, what thanks shall I give? Millicent, your virtue hath both unsealed my bosom and rewarded me. Jane, oh, Millicent, thou hast deserved my gratitude. I cannot but, in exchange of thy discovery, give to thy knowledge what I should tremble to let another hear, but I dare trust thee with it. Millicent, if I have any skill in my own nature, shall never deceive your confidence, and think myself much honored so to be made your treasurer. Jane, 'tis a treasure, and all the wealth I have, my life, the sum of all my joys on earth, and the expectation of future blessings to depend upon it. Millicent, can I be worthy of so great a trust? Jane, thou art, and shalt receive it from my heart, is willing to discharge itself unto thee. Oh, Millicent, though my father would have been so cruel to his own to have wished me marry him, it was not in the power of my obedience to give consent to it, for my love already is dedicated to one whose worth hath made me but his steward of it, and although his present fortune doth eclipse his lustre with seeming condition of a servant, he has a mind derived from honor, and may boast himself a gentleman. Is not thy understanding guilty of the person I point at? Sure thou canst not choose but know him. Millicent, not I. Enter Haver. Jane, then look upon him, Millicent. Millicent, ha. Haver, my master, Mistress Jane, sent me before to say he comes to visit you. Jane, but thou art before him an acceptance. Nay, you stand discovered here. In Millicent you may repose safe trust. Haver, her language makes me confident. You are a friend. Millicent, to both a servant. Haver, I shall desire your love. Jane, but where's this man of mortgages? We shall be troubled now. Haver, I left him chewing the cud, ruminating some speech or other with which he means to arrest you. Millicent, he has entered, and a Rawbone with a scroll in his hand. Haver, I prepared her. Rawbone, fortune be my guide then. Haver, and she is a blind one. Rawbone, Mistress Jane, I will talk with you in private. I have fancied a business. I know you are witty and love invention. It is my own, and nobody else must hear it. Reads, be it known to all men by these presents. Haver, this is like to be a secret. Rawbone, that I, Jasper Rawbone, citizen and housekeeper of London. Haver, a very poor one, I am sure. Rawbone, do owe to Mistress Jane, lady of my thoughts, lady of London, gentlewoman. Haver, is she not still a gentlewoman? Rawbone, she still a gentlewoman. Good man Coxcomb, did I not say she was a lady of my thoughts? Where was I now? Haver, a good man Coxcomb, sir. Rawbone, do owe to Mistress Jane, lady of my thoughts, lady of London, gentlewoman, my true and lawful heart of England, to be paid to his said mistress, her executors or signs. Haver, to her executors. What will you pay your heart when she's dead, Rawbone? 'Tis none of my fault. She will die, who can help it? Thou dost nothing but interrupt me. I say to be paid to the said mistress, her executors or signs, whensoever she demand it, at the font stone of the temple. Haver, put it the top of Paul's, and please you, your conceit will be the higher. Rawbone, which payment to be truly made and performed, I bind not my heirs, but my body and soul forever. Haver, how your soul, sir? Rawbone, peace, fool. My soul will shift for itself when I am dead. That will be sure enough. In witness whereof I have hereunto put my hand and seal, which is a handsome, spiny youth, with a bag of money in one hand, a bond in the other, an indenture between his legs, the last day of the first of merry month, in the second year of the reign of King Cupid. Haver, excellent. By my opinion, you better give her possession of your heart. I do not like this Owen. Faith, pluck it out and deliver it in the presence of us. Rawbone, thou talkest like a Hoins. I can give her possession of it by delivery of 2 pence wrapped up in the wax. 'Twill hold in law, man. How do you like it? I could have come over with verse, but hang ballads. Give me poetical prose every mountebank can rhyme, and make his lines cry twang, though there be no reason in them. Jane, what music have I heard? Robin, music, oh rare. Jane, he has Medusa's noble countenance, his hairs do curl like soft and gentle snakes. Did ever puppy smile, or the ass better become his ears? O generous beast of sober carriage, sure he's valiant too. Those bloodshot eyes betray him, but his nose fishes for commendation. Robin, what does she mean, Jasper? Haver, do you not see her love, sir? Why does she do upon you, which makes her talk so madly? Robin, forsooth, I know you are taken with me. Alas, these things are natural with me. When shall we be married? Forsooth, Jane, with your license, sir. Haver, do you not observe her? You must first procure a license. Robin, you shall hear more from me when I am come again, Jasper. Haver, my heart doth breathe itself upon your hand. Millicent, your father and master Lodum. Enter Lodum, Justice Landby, and Camillian. Lodum, sir, I do love your daughter. I thought it necessary to acquaint you first, because I would go about the business judicially. Justice Landby, you oblige us both. Lodum, I'll promise you one thing, Justice. What's that? Lodum, I'll bring your daughter no wealth. Landby, say you so. What then, you promise her nothing? Lodum, but I will bring her that which is greater than wealth. Justice Landby, what's that? Lodum, myself. Justice Landby, a fair jointure. Lodum, nay, I'll bring her more. Justice, it shall not need. No woman can desire more of a man. Lodum, I can bring her good qualities. She want any, I've travelled for them. Landby, what are they? Lodum, the languages. Justice, you suspect she will want tongue? Let me see. Parlez-vous Francios Monsieur? Lodum, digon Hamad. Justice, that's Welsh. Lodum, pocas palabras. Justice, that's Spanish. Lodum, troth, I have such a confusion of languages in my head. You must even take them as they come. Landby, you may speak that more exactly. Hablar Spagnol, senor. Lodum, serge de bois calimanco perpetuana. Justice, there's a stuff indeed, since you are so perfect. I'll trust you for the rest. I must refer you, sir, unto my daughter. If you can win her fair opinion, my consent may happily follow, so she is in presence. Lodum, mercy, madam. Justice, this fellow looks like the principal in usury, and this rat follows him like a pitiful 8 in the 100. Come hither, sirrah, your name is Camillian. Camillian, it is too true, sir. Justice, you did live with Master Rawbone. Camillian, no, sir, I did starve with him. And please you, I could not live with him. Justice, how do you like your change? Camillian, never worse. Justice, Master Lodum wants no flesh. Camillian, but I do. I have no justice, sir. My lean master would eat no meat, and my fat master eats up all. Is your worship's house troubled with a vermin? Justice, something of this time. Camillian, peace, and I'll catch a mouse then. Enter Captain Landby and Gratiana. Justice, my nephew turned gentleman usher. Captain Landby. Sir John Belfort's daughter. Justice, alas, poor gentlewoman, I compassionate her unkind destiny. Captain, let us entreat a word in private, sir. Lodum, I cannot tell you how you stand affected, but if you can love a man, I know not what is wanting. Greatness is a thing that your wisest ladies have an itch after. For my own part, I was never in love before. If you have me not, never will again. Thank God, between this and after dinner, I will stave the purpose for your answer. Jane, you are very short. Lodum, I will not be kept in expectation above an hour, for love is worse than a Lent to me, and fasting is a thing my flesh abhors. If my doublet be not filled, I know who fares the worse for it. I would keep my flesh to swear by. If you and I cannot agree upon the matter, I would lose nothing by you, Jane. You're very resolute. Lodum, ever while you live, a fat man and a man of revolution go together. I do not commend myself, but there are such fiery things in nature. Jane, fiery. Lodum, 'tis proved, but them to any action, and see if they do not smoke it. They are men of metal, and the greatest melters in the world. One hot service to make them roast, and they have enough in them to be 100. You may take a lean man, marry yourself to famine, and beg for a great belly. See what became of Sir John's daughter. Come, I would wish you be well advised. There are more commodities in me than you are aware of. If you and I couple, you shall fare like an empress, Jane. That will be somewhat costly. Well, I'm not a token. I have a privilege. I was at the tavern the other day. In the next room, I smelt hot venison. I sent my drawer to tell the company, one in the house with a great belly longed for a corner, and I had half a pasty sent me immediately. I will hold intelligence with all the cooks in the town, and what dainty, but I have greatness enough to command. Justice, coming forward with Gratian and Captain, I like it well. Be as welcome here as at your father's, Millicent. Make it your care to wait upon this gentlewoman, but conceal she is our guest. I should rejoice to see this storm blown over. Nephew, attend her to her chamber. Enter Robin and Haver hastily. Robin, I have been about it. Let him, next time you ride post, wind your horn, that one may get out of the way. Justice, what's the matter, Jane? Robin, 'tis guts. If I durst, my teeth water to strike him. Justice, what have you done? Let him take heed another time. Haver, take such an affront before your mistress. Robin, I have a good stomach. Haver, that's well said. Robin, I could eat him. Haver, oh, is that it? Load him, let me alone. Nobody hold me. Robin, have an action of battery. Load him, horse and hole catcher. Come not near me, weasel. Robin, prithee, Jasper, do not thrust me upon him. I do not fear you, sir. Load him again. I kick thee to pieces? Haver, let him baffle you to him. Robin, I do not fear you. Justice, Jane, remove yourself. Jane, Master Robin, I am sorry for your hurt. Haver, she jeers you. Load him, for this time I am content with kicking of thee. Slodum offers to go out. Haver pulls him back. Haver, my master desires another word with ye, sir. You must fight with him. Robin, who I fight? Well, you spider catcher, if you not enough. You see, I do not draw. Justice, very well. Haver, by this hand you shall challenge him then. If he dare accept it, I'll meet him in your clothes. Robin, will you, him? Do not fear you satisfaction. Haver, that's the word. Robin, that's the word. You'll meet me. Guts. Lo, to meet thee by this flesh, if thou dost provoke me, you do not challenge me, do not long to be minced. Haver, Finsbury, Robin Finsbury, Haver, tomorrow morning, Robin, tomorrow morning shall you find I dare fight. Let him say but another such a word, Robin Finsbury, tomorrow morning, there 'tis again, Justice, I cannot contain my laughter, ha 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 ha. Robin, so let's be gone quickly before he threaten me. You made me challenge him. Look to it. Haver, fear not, I warn you. Load him, sirrah, Navarrete. If I can but prove thou dost come within 3 furlongs of a windmill, I'll set one atop poles to watch thee. Shalt forfeit thy soul, and I'll cancel thy body worse than any debtor of thine did his obligation. He's gone, and now I think upon the matter I have somewhat the worst on it, for if I should kill him, I shall never be able to fly, and he has left a piece of his skull, I think, in my shoulder. Whether am I bound to meet him or not, I will consult some of the swordsmen, and know whether it be a competent challenge. Chameleon, sir, Lodum has the rat your master, there was any spirit in him. Chameleon, spirit, the last time he was in the field, a boy 7 years old beat him with a trapstick. Lodum, sayest thou so? I will meet him then, and hew him to pieces. Chameleon, I have an humble suit. If it be so that you kill him, let me beg for his body for an anatomy. I have a great mind to eat a piece on him. Let him, 'tis granted. Follow me. I'll cut him up. I warrant thee. Exeunt. No, Lodum sirrah Navarrete. So he terms Robin in allusion, I suppose, to the first word in the debtor's obligations on bonds with which, as a usurer, he was familiar. No, amen.